It all began with a group of local people in Wincanton who were concerned that all of their services, health and social services, were in Yeovil, and that was a long way to travel. And they wanted to see if they could set up something much more locally to accommodate their needs, really, as a community. The group was called Wincanton Community Venture, and initially was set up to explore the possibility of finding a base in Wincanton. In fact, they found 3 potential buildings in the town centre at the time, and opted for this one, which met their needs, I think, better than the others. It started as a cottage hospital for Wincanton. It was built in 1930. So at the time that Wincanton Community Venture acquired the building, it had been a geriatric psychiatric unit in its last incarnation, and it was very much had a hospital environment about it. So quite a bit of work had to be put into changing that feel of the building. Initially, there was a very Wincanton Community Venture felt that there should be a very strong focus on support for families and also support for people with low-level mental health needs, and that has been an enduring theme to this day. But in terms of what goes on generally, there's a huge and wide range of activities and project work and services that take place in the building. For over a long time now, we've had many partners who work with us either in the building or such as the District Council, who support the project. And that means that we can deliver far more than just our own services here. For instance, we have health visitors here on site who run the baby clinic every week and a range of other services as well. We also have the midwives based here, and they run parent craft groups and postnatal support. We have a community transport scheme that's based here and covers the whole of the Wincanton area. And we have an on-site nursery that's linked to the Children's Centre, which provides full day care for children under 5. So there are a large number of services here and provision for the local population. The main things that comes across in all of the communities that we work in is that there's quite a lot of inequality and social division in the communities, and I think we know from World Health Authority and other research that inequality is not a good thing for people's health, to just put it quite simply. So whereas we're seen statistically as being a relatively affluent area, I think we know that although some people certainly are extremely affluent, there are a lot of others who live in fairly close proximity to them, so they don't actually show up statistically, who are far from affluent and who are really just making ends meet. And I think because they're not recognised in statistics or data, the sort of funding that comes to organisations like ours, who work in clearly delineated areas of deprivation, isn't available for us because we're seen as working in a not particularly deprived area. Certainly all the data shows that the we're in a low skills, low wage economy, and a lot of people are very dependent, or are dependent on part-time work and certainly poorly paid work. There's a really significant lack of public transport here, and people have to run a car, generally speaking, if they're working, which, as we all know, is an expensive thing to do, and quite often means that a partner can't also work because only one car can be run in one family. So there are all sorts of difficulties that are specific to, I think, rural communities that mitigate it against a lot of people getting out of the poverty trap. The full value isn't recognised, either in terms of what's actually achieved in helping people make changes in their lives and be able to actually direct their lives as they want. But the other way that I think it's not recognised is in economic terms, because we do actually save, certainly the NHS, a lot of money, and sadly they don't seem to be able to grasp this. The future, as a charity in mid-2010 is an interesting prospect. We're hoping that our children's centre services will continue, and we have no reason to imagine that they won't. But as far as our funded projects go, our lottery-funded projects, which are to do with well-being and particularly outreach to our rural communities, we're not able to see at the moment beyond March of next year with funding for those projects. We very much hope that we don't lose them, but there is that possibility. The dream is what we've managed to achieve already in the last couple of years, which is to have a really vibrant and thriving healthy living centre and children's centre that caters for the needs really of the whole population, not just in Wincanton but within a 10-mile radius, working in different communities and actually really listening to what people want and need and supporting them in achieving their goals. And I think we've been fantastically successful in being able to do that, and we would just like to continue, because we get more referrals every day. People come in and self-refer, and we know that there is a lot of need out there in the communities for the sort of help, very individual help, that we're able to give to people.